A very good afternoon to you, our viewers. You're welcome to today's episode of The Roundtable. My name is Shegun Odwayo. What exactly do we do on this show? We bring three topical matters, topics that are eating up the polity, and we analyze them, we dissect them, we look at them from various angles on this show. Usually we have the End Bad Governance protest, the End Hunger protest, as some have called it. It was supposed to end on the 10th of August, but the 1 million march, like some of the organizers tagged the last day's protest, flopped. It flopped very badly. That I was speaking with a colleague in Abuja. I was supposed to go for the 1 million march protest. And as early as, 9 a.m. or 9:20 a.m., he was back home because according to him, there were no persons there. Same happened in Lagos. Everywhere was quite dry. Very quickly, Mr. Liu, it was supposed to be for 10 days. What happened? Did they lose steam? Did their gas pause? What happened? What must have happened to the protesters?
Well, you would say that they had their day. Because they didn't assemble for the last day didn't mean they didn't hit the target or they didn't have their say. They had their days, but because of the crisis, the killing in some part of the north, maybe people got, like we read from a report that some people say, look, because of the crisis, the killing, the tear gassing and so forth, some people have to stay back and wouldn't want to.
They actually did pause here in Lagos. I can authoritatively confirm that they paused, I think, on the 6th. Some of the protesters, the lead protesters, reached out and particularly confirmed to me that they were pausing for that day. They were supposed to give a circular to that effect, but the leadership told me that they were not going to give a circular yet. But eventually they did give that circular the next day. But for the 6th day or so, they paused before they tried to pull a comeback for the 10th. But that didn't happen. I'm just trying to corroborate what you are saying. That
you see, so that's one of the reasons why I think people will stay back at home. Now, having said that, we should not think the protest was not a success because it didn't come out that last day for the massive one as it was planned. But again, government propaganda too was able to at least douse tension. The president spoke. People were showing the things that, look, these are the things that because again, but one thing for me is that I know that the government had, and the government is on its toe, that look, these people can come again, these people can do more damages than this, things can go haywire than this. Not like, I've been saying it here several times, look, government never take any of them for granted. It's just the way the government is going about issues that maybe the people don't understand. The way what government want to do and what you want is in two different ways. And how to achieve what you want to cannot be instantaneous. So we won't say that it's a flop. If you say it's a flop, it's your opinion. But I think...
No, the last day, the 1 million march is what we are saying.
That last day, the government was on its toe. That people didn't come out, didn't mean that, look, there was no effect. That people didn't come out, I mean that wouldn't show that we didn't lose anything. We lost something as a nation. Okay,
now, do you think if this was a 2-day event or 3-day event, it could have been, it would have pulled more weight, it could have stretched, it would have made more impact than, the 10 days where it became drab and dry and people, it wasn't as heavy as it was on the 1st of August, that Thursday. What if it was just Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Bang.
So you see that this thing gather momentum. It's like a rolling stone. When you don't stop, you gather more speed. So it was expected that, look, people will turn in as the day go by. The first day, the crowd will be lesser. The second day, more. Third day, to be increasing. So it was expected like that. But again, you see, these processes were disjointed. They were not appropriately coordinated as expected like the NSAS. The NSAS had a lot of people coming, a lot of celebrities, a lot of people with money trying to organize it at different points. But in this case, it was not so. And if it was not so, you wouldn't achieve it because it was scattered. It was hijacked in some places. And because it was hijacked, the military will come in, the army will come in and begin to do what disperse people. Now, for that reason, you wouldn't expect it to have that highest momentum. Look at was on the 6th or the 7th day in Abuja, they were tear gassed.
Yeah, even journalists.
So people so that's suffering. Places where you expect, even places where you expect people to go and stay and enjoy that protest as a fun thing. They might just go there for fun and catch a fun. But because of the fear of tear gas, people will stay back. So It's not as if it was a flop, but again, it was a flop.
Very, very quickly, you just made mention of it. We were supposed to go there, but now that we are there, we didn't have celebrities turn up, in quotes, turn up like they did for NSAS. We didn't have many people tweeting in support of the End Bad Governance protests. It was more like the people were on their own. It wasn't as elaborate, as broad, as big as what we saw 4 years ago. It was more like small groups of people coming together. Why do you think these guys didn't come out this time around? Were they bullied? They just decided to just abscond or stay away or something?
For me, I will tell you that, look, this is divided. That of NSAS was kind of unifying because a lot of people suffer police brutality or NSAS and SARS brutality. Sometimes you see them on the way you are driving, they stop you and they begin to ransack you. So it was open. This case, yes, the hunger is also open, but it's relative. The way you're hungry and the way I'm hungry is different. What you want from this protest and what I want is also different. The way I want it achieved and the way you want it achieved is different. Some people were catching out on this protest. So again, from that, you might say maybe some of the celebrities like, okay.
But I think it's a norm for people to cash out.
Because it was not effectively organized. You know, the organization, it was scattered. You can imagine when one of the SAN said the protest has been called off, and somebody else said, no, the protest is not called.
It's on.
So the discussion around it, how is it going to be marshaled out? You couldn't understand. There's no arrowhead to hold on at every point in time that, look, okay, in this area, who is the point man for this? And there's nobody there to speak for it. So that is another reason maybe why some of these celebrities, some of these big shots didn't show up at the protest. Now, look, you are saying you want us to gather in Abuja. Okay, we are gathering at the MQ Abela Stadium. The next day morning, you are saying, no, you are not going to stay there. You are being tear gas. Who wants to put his life in danger now? Hunger, but nobody won't die. I don't know if you understand that. So for that reason, people have like those who really want to even come out to stay in the house. Check out the first day of the protest. The whole road here where they started.
Everywhere was very quiet.
People were afraid to even go out.
Yes.
So it tells you that, look, people want to join, but they're afraid. Who is organizing it? How is it going to come? How is it going to be? If I'm not sure that I'm going to be protected at a place of protest, I won't go there. I have to live alive to enjoy the benefit of the protest. So if I'm not alive to enjoy it, what's the essence of the protest now? I've just lost. Those who died, they've gone.
Quickly we'll talk about people who died. I was reading an article yesterday that tracked those that died. I mean, these guys went to the houses of these people, spoke with their sibling. This was not NSAS death that till date government will tell us that nobody died. This one, they tracked and went to people, spoke to their friends, family members, and especially in the north, all of them that I read about yesterday were guys in the north or were people in the north, people in their 30s, one in his 20s and 30s, basically. Even a
16-year-old boy was shot.
They said that was there's this word they use for police. What's the word now?
Bullet.
Now they didn't expect it when it's just an incident. Stray bullet. Yeah, stray bullet. So over 10, between let's say 10 to 15 people. I mean, from what I read, were confirmed that I saw names, addresses in the north. These people will never see their family members that have died anymore. Going into the future, how can we curb such occurrence? We can't stop protests. Protests will definitely be there because it's constitutionally right. But
remember, I've once said it here before that defense is not cheap. Government is not cheap. Government is not free. These things have to be budgeted for. How to train the policemen to know how to direct crowd. Then when we're also doing protests, how do we do our protests? Is our protest expected to be violent? Is it to be destructive? The moment your protest goes into destruction, that is not protest. That is vandalism. That is destruction. And you will be dealt with, arrested. Again, the police have to improve in their style. So before a protest comes or when the protest is going to come, what are the things we need to do? Where do we have to? What are the roads? How do you guide us? So if those things are put in place and we lecture ourselves on safety of protest, we want to achieve an aim in the protest. We don't want to lose life, isn't it? So we tell ourselves, we educate ourselves, look, this is how we're going to do our protest. We want to achieve this. We don't want to lose life. So those who want their life, who put their lives in harm's way, are those who want to risk something. Then the policemen too, they should also understand that, look, I don't think a policeman is going to go out every day in his life and say he wants to go and kill somebody. I don't think that should be in his mind if he's not a bandit or a criminal. For you who is an operative, who is a security operative, you won't leave your house every morning so you want to go and kill. That won't be your decision. That won't be what it should be at your mind. It's
you should go out to protect the people.
To help the people live better life. So while you're doing that every day, we should find a way to also listen to one another. If the policeman is saying, don't go there, please don't go there. Because it's also human. The moment you're threatening him too, he's going to try to defend himself. And while he's doing that, he may shoot you. I've said in some situation, even in the US, where it's out of fear that, look, this guy is going to overpower me, that the policeman will bring out his gun and shoot you outright. Because if you overpower him, you could take the gun and shoot him back. So we need training, education. We educate one another on the appropriate way to protest. I can see that we are improving. Now the judges are saying, okay, they are going to restrict us to so place. So if they restrict you to, please go there. Like I said, if we had a big, maybe a stadium, a protest ground, and people are there for 20 days protesting, you think the government won't know? If one man goes on hunger strike for 20 days, some journalists will go and find out and report him, and he's protesting, he's saying something, the world is hearing, and the government don't attend to it. It could lead to something else.
On the side of the police, they lost people as well.
Yeah.
If we don't know of any, at least if people are still disputing the fact that people died, there was this video that went viral of one police guy, or let me say a security agent who was in an armor tank and drove, trying to drive into the people. Unfortunately, looked like he killed his colleague.
Policeman,
so at least we can confirm that one person has died.
Because in one of these states,
in the north, I think it's Katsina.
But again, they said the man is just seriously injured.
The IGP said in a press briefing that members of some of his men are died as well, and we saw how violent the thing went, especially up north.
When protests go,
so how can we safeguard? These are people's husbands too. These are people's brothers too. These are people's fathers. So how can we safeguard?
I said we need to educate ourselves how to protest. We don't have this facility enough that we're destroying. Look at the one they destroyed in Kano. It's for the youth. We are talking about skill acquisition, in improvement of life and so on, and we are still destroying what they want to use to improve their life. What's for what reason now? The security man at that place you are attacking, that's vandal, that's robbery, that's like a raid, an invasion. Let me use the appropriate word. So you invade that place and vandalize everything there. That's not how to do this protest. We don't have these things. We burn tires on the road. Those roads you're putting tires on and you're destroying the road. That we don't have. Tomorrow now, the car is coming at night, it bumps into our potholes, it's somersaulted, and you hear that 10, 20 people are dead because somebody was protesting and set fire on the road or burn tire on the road. That's we need to educate ourselves well. So when we educate ourselves on how to protest, and the laws are there to guide everyone, let's make the law straight. If you want to protest, you apply. Okay, we are going to protest, you organize your people. Go to a place. If it's going to be on the road, let the police provide you security. Let them know. And it's there. It's just that we take things with levity, and we don't understand how things work. If we know how things work, we'll do it appropriately. Check out, for instance, the one in the north in Kano. That is not protest. That is riot. Now, that protest was hijacked, went haywire, it was to destroy things. That is not protest. Even at that level, you have put the arms of the people's life in harm's way, and you are going to cause destruction or death for them. If you do that, no security officer will allow you to vandalize this country. Nobody. No, I don't think any security operative will say, no, I'll just be watching. They will come at you at first. The commandant, if the lower ranking officer don't come at you, the senior staffs or the senior officers will just order direct destruction. Like, please, collateral damage is what they will call it. And it will happen.
All right. Very quickly, we move away from this topic, still staying with the end protest. End bad governance protest that held earlier this month. We'll be talking about those that funded it. There's no protest without funds. Because, I covered the protest for how many days? A few days. Some of my colleagues covered the long haul while some of us were doing other things. Wow. And there was music. The popular protest songs were sang, not with mouth. DJ.
Yeah, everybody.
There were vehicles
that's tourism.
That moved.
I like that kind of protest. That's catching fire.
That moved around from Ikeja under bridge up onto
we're having fun.
the Ganifaremi Park in Ojota.
Yeah, that's good.
That's some 30, 35, 40 minutes journey, depending on how fast you can walk.
I was not at the NSAS protest, but I heard like they were also sharing rice. We were bringing rice to people.
Yeah, of course.
Wow, that's fun. That's protesting and having fun. That's the kind of protest I like to do.
On some of these vehicles, the speakers, there were generators, and we are talking about how expensive fuel was. But there was enough fuel to run for days.
Was it now or then?
This end bad governance.
One?
Yes, end bad governance.
That's the kind of, I think I would have loved
then,
to ask
I mean, from what I saw, I'm speaking from what I saw now, covering the protest. After a while, it looks like, it would look like some group of persons will leave, then come back with, you know, drinks,
ooh,
snacks,
that's good,
food.
That's
so
okay.
it was interesting because you see people, you know, whispering into each other's ears to go and line up somewhere
and collect something.
And yeah, so now talking about those that funded it, the federal government has arrested some of the political gladiators who funded this, and we also that those boys with the Russian flags in Kano. A foreigner has also been discovered to be one of those people that, you know, got involved, and it was said that about 4 billion naira was also donated alongside cryptocurrency. Heavy in you know, this is not small change now, not coins. I mean, heavy money. And they said some political gladiators donated as much as 4 billion for the protest. I mean, now it now looked like the government, the sitting government knew about some of these guys when they kept banging into the ears of people not to go for any protest. But people genuinely, some human beings genuinely came out to protest and voice out and speak up in anger at the decision of things. But look at the exploitation.
Protests are a right. It's a right of everyone to protest. It's how you protest that matters. Now, but when I hear 83 billion in crypto and flat currency for a protest, like who are those donating that money?
Who are those donating?
I think they should donate that money for agriculture. Maybe give me maybe 0.0 something to go and farm, right? And let's see if that investment will not work on me. Now, as much as it's good to protest and you're sponsoring it, now please put your money also in the right place. Don't give it to those who cause destruction. The federal government is freezing that account or those accounts and threatening to arrest those who have done that. It means protest is a big business. Maybe we should look for business that we can be doing to join this.
But why will anybody be... That's disrupting the peace of the country, without a doubt. No. I mean, it's not like these are people who just want to protest and go out there. These are instigators. This sound like people who are...
People are pained. People have different reasons for going out to protest. Now, if you meet a man on the street who has not eaten for days and you tell him, look, we are protesting this, that, and we'll feed you if you come. He will come because he has a grievance, he has something to tell government. He will be there. Despite the fact that you know that, okay, he will also be catered for. Now, people will sponsor such. It's done all over the world. But again, this is the thing. Do it appropriately.
This is heavy sponsoring.
This is big sponsoring.
This is not just protesters coming together to buy things. This looks organized.
Imagine the sewing of the Russian flag and so on and so forth. Somebody sponsoring.
They use it the first day. They use it the second. It wasn't a mistake.
Those even carrying the flag may not know the meaning or the repercussion for doing that, but those sponsoring know what they want to do. If you are sponsoring the protest for a good change, you can do that. You have a right to sponsor protests. You have a right to help. Okay, I call it mobilization.
Mobilization fee,
so that people will come, so that people will eat if they are there. Those who are hungry, will have something to quench their thirst and so on. It's encouraging. They'll play DJ, they'll play music. Good, peaceful protest. Not the one you want to take over government. That's wrong. That's like calling for a coup. So if all those who sponsor this protest, if that is what they have in mind, then it is wrong. I mean, if the intention is to take over the government, is to bring down our own democratically elected government, that's wrong. But if it's to protest and let the people show their grievance and look, government, things are going wrong. Change this time. Okay, in Bangladesh, you have what happened in Bangladesh, how they ran the woman out of government. Now, that nation has been synonymous with such style of just get out. But again, has it changed things happening? There are some factual things about the economy that you need to understand. You cannot change the government or change the economy in one day. It's a process. So if you're doing that and you're showing your grievances, would you give the government time to make effect? So when they don't get that thing done, you call again for that protest. So that's what I think, sponsoring it, if you're doing it in the right way. Nobody will harass you, but now they are saying they're going to hold them responsible, they're going to arrest some politicians because of the undertone. Government is thinking somebody wants to pull down this government.
4 billion is heavy, and then those billions in cryptocurrency. 4 billion.
They said 40 billion in crypto. And in
I was even talking about the cash now, not even talking about the amount in crypto. I mean, these amounts are worth, at least I know it's higher than what Ekiti State collects in federal allocation monthly.
That's how.
If I don't know of any other state, I'm so sure.
But
Ekiti,
again, government have said it, so we are waiting for more proofs. I have not seen the CTC. Let me use that word. The evidence to say this is true, because sometimes again you hear it like these are just exaggeration. I think they are exaggerating.
So this sounds like an exaggeration.
I think it's exaggerated.
It doesn't look like there's anybody anywhere donating 4 billion and billions in cryptocurrency.
May I ask if you are the police officer in charge of this case now? Wouldn't you have arrested those who are involved? But I've not heard of any arrest, so because I've not seen any arrest, I'm just talking here of being like what's on the news.
So there's also another angle, flipping the coin now, that perhaps the government is trying to just fly on people's emotions, using their emotions, trying to go in through them and saying so amounts was this and that. That's the possibility.
But that's a government magic. There's government magic. They don't let us I don't know the word to use now, but there's a way.
Be carried away.
Yeah, there's a way government does its own propaganda too. So I think it's propaganda.
Because we should be seeing faces.
Because there's
let's see faces.
There's so much. Don't just give us stories to write or
let's see faces.
Factual that okay.
So this is the foreign guy is from national. The same way they did with these two guys, these top these two CEOs that Nigeria took to court. Yeah, Binance. Yeah, let's see faces. Let's know when they said somebody ran away. There was a face. There were names. There was evidence. Let's see something.
Bring it out. Let's see. Yeah, so that's why something like can I discuss this issue when I don't have facts? No. But again, if the guys are doing it for a good cause, now, like we don't want cool in this country. Falana and others have said it. No. So you can tell that if what's the Olu Adegborowa can So you see, he's also one of those who I think could be.
In fact, he called off the protest. I think at day 3 or day 4. So
he is one of those that I think is at the forefront. But again, you can still say he's not at the forefront. Maybe he's even trying to hijack.
I didn't see him at any of the protest grounds.
But
I don't think any of my colleagues saw him as well.
He wants to be a voice in the protest, but can he be?
I think it was just a legal aid.
To
the protest.
Or he's trying to provide service.
Well, he was one of the lawyers of the organizers.
So when he said when he tried to call up the protest and the other person said no, so you see there is also rancor, there is discord.
It looked like in the leadership of the protests, bad governance protest.
You can't hold
leadership. Looked like they had some issues.
You can't hold anybody responsible. People just take over the protest to voice out their grievances. In the north, in the east, and the south, different groups were coming up by saying different things. So agreed, people have a right to say whatever they want to say as the protest is going on. But again, we need an anchor man. We need those who to say these are those behind the protest. So you can call off your dog and say, please, let's go back and bring about peace. And we can also say now that government is saying so people are sponsoring. Because okay, you are the one that collected money. You are the one that collected money. You are the one. So that government to bring out proofs of fact to these things, and we'll say, okay, government is truthful.
There was also the allegation of monies being shared.
Oh, no.
These allegations were rife at, I think, day 2, day 3. Speaking to some of these people, you could find information. I mean, people covering Abuja were really saying that there was mobilization. Okay, let's use the word mobilization. So,
I told you that I said if somebody is hungry.
According to the person, people are ransomly mobilized.
Ransomely or
handsomely. I beg your pardon. Handsomely mobilized.
Narrowly mobilized.
Handsomely mobilized. That was in quotes. I'm quoting the person. Okay. People are handsomely mobilized for this one.
Somebody told me that some people got close to 10,000 naira.
That's not handsome enough.
Well, so imagine somebody who has not had breakfast for...
Because if you do 10,000 naira for 10 days, which was not even 10 days in the end, that's 100,000 naira.
So 100K
how much?
For free, for doing nothing.
How many?
For just being out there shouting, crying.
Rice, beans, gari. Before you buy a couple of things,
No, but you're
your
not
100K is
working.
gone. No, that's a job. Mr. Liu, can you work from under bridge, Ikeja under bridge? You know, you come down that road, come to Allen. With the DJ,
with the food and the drinks on the road.
And the drinks.
There's a freebies now. There's come along with the 100, with the 10K.
But it's stressed to the knees and the legs.
To you think it's stressful. To the man who is hungry, who has been trekking for quite a long time, that's cheap money. So he will enjoy it. And he will still have mouth to holler his grievances to the government. Look, I want this, I want that, I'm hungry. Feed me. It's a room to protest. Now, I agree, I enjoy it that way, but if it becomes riot, that is where I have issues with. Now, would you tell me that those ones who vandalized things in the north were that handsomely mobilized? I think they were not mobilized. I think those ones were talked, those ones were mobilized to go on. The governor yesterday said Ganduje's corruption case document was stolen while the crowd
during the end bad governance process.
When the crowd vandalized the court. So imagine such. Imagine if there is an international document in that court. It's missing.
As of now, we don't even know if other things, more important things, had been stolen. We don't know.
So would you say those people were also mobilized to do that? Now, even if they were mobilized, and
do you believe that those documents were stolen?
Another government magic for me that I can't explain until the security agencies begin to... See, in this country, I think when government says something, they should back it up with facts so that people can believe them. So when you say... There's a lot of statement outside there. Look at the Dangote NNPC refinery issue. So a lot of... And later on, it's swept under the carpet. We've forgotten we are moving on with another issue. See, when this things happen,
every day, different issues.
Yeah, let people see facts so that issue can just go down and you know that you end this issue with facts. But most of the time we don't see facts. We just see stories, and before you know it, they are holding the committee to do their Naira crude oil sales. Please, let's take away magic. Let's be factual to the issues.
At the point, people in government said these protesters were just trying to make name. They needed fame. And that was why they were there. Of course, you know, people fired back. Some of the protesters fired back and said, we are here because of so reasons, increase, subsidy that has gone has affected the people without a doubt, increase in food prices, skyrocketing prices, by the way, cost of living is on one of the highest sides we've ever had in history. So they fired back with their responses.
So you see.
Which of these stories?
That's what I talk about government propaganda. Now, propaganda from both sides. Before the protest, there was propaganda hype on what they want to do with the protest. There was issues, demand, and so on, different from different places, different quarter. Everybody was just turning in what he wanted to turn in to that effect. So government also said that, okay, their own propaganda. Somebody is sponsoring this. These are people of faceless group. These are. For me, all these are government propaganda to douse tension. Now, doing that, government it's allowed to douse tension, to bring calm to the people. Also in that propaganda, you see government say, these are the things we have done, these are the things we want to do, these are our programs, hold on, wait for us. Agreed. But you can't say these people are faceless. The man on the street is hungry.
Yes.
Those ones in Ugeli, those ones in Obiaruku, please. They have a face. These are your people, they are our people, they are our brothers and our sisters on the street. So the way we want to treat them, so we should be fair with them. They're not faceless. They made a statement. If things are not better in the next 6-7 months, bet me again, these faceless guys again will come out and they'll protest again. So we need to do things quick and effective. So if we don't do them well, we should expect more protests.
The president called a meeting of past leaders. Usually when such meetings are summoned, it's to, you know, get advice for them. They're like an advisory body as experienced men, experienced stakeholders, Nigerian stakeholders. These are men who had seen things at the very top and had access to information that not everybody had probably had access to. What do you think they must have told him for those that attended virtually?
They gave him a pass mark. He's doing well. he is doing well based on the things they want to do, based on the economic plan. If you look at it as an economist, you will say, yes, the government is on the right ground. That is an objective economist, not a parochial one, not somebody who like, okay, you are calling for people to go to farm. Yes. You are buying tractors. Yes. You're mobilizing people to farm with fertilizers and so on. Good. But implementation at the grassroots level, is it effective? Will it yield the results you want in the next 6-7 months? That's where we have issues. That's where I think government is having issues. That look, in the next 6 months, will our grains, our silos be filled with enough so that we can crash the prices back to normal or even lower than what it used to be? Now, if we can't do that, let's take for instance now the food waiver given.
From today.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's also going to backfire. Because the local rice producer, if you bring Thailand or...
I think we should just cross into our third topic because it's right here. The military are being deployed to the north central, to the north west as well, so as to help secure the farmers. Last year, between January and the half of the year in July, about 128 farmers were killed. But this year, in the first quarter, 332 farmers. First quarter of 2024, 332 farmers have been killed. What we've had in the first quarter was far more than what we saw between January and half of last year. It meant only one thing. That statistics could have meant only one thing, that these farmers would definitely run out of their abode. And without these guys, scarcity, hunger in the land. Why is it taking it? Why is it until now, August 2024, that this president that got there last year, May 2023, is doing something about this, despite the fact that people have been crying about hunger for over a year?
Don't let us say why is they doing things. They've been doing things. Okay, take for instance now.
This was the most important.
No. For
securing the farmers. There was a time they went out. I mean, government officials went out to ask the guys farmers in the market. Okay. No, people who sell. Why are things expensive? And one of the major reasons people gave was that the farmers in these areas no longer farm due to insecurity. So this report has been on ground for a couple of months.
Before now, there is vigilante, there is hunter, and so on. There are other groups set up by some communities to guide their communities.
But on a big scale, it wasn't working.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. It's not as effective as we expect. That's why I'm saying that, look, government need to come to the grassroots and deal with the issues. Papers and story news publishing, those ones are done, yes, but let's be factual. Take, for instance, now the police too said they had already sent men to the farms. So you now ask, which farms? Some states, I've read report that some states, look, we have not seen. Somebody in Benue said, we have not seen
Benue for one. Benue for one.
So the government must be truthful on this. Now, this is for me. Recall also that there was a time the president ordered the military to go to farms. That is, the military should also have farms in those vast land where you have those terrorists and so on, tormenting the people. Okay, you guys that are military men, go there, set up a command or an artillery farming squad. Have they set up that farm?
But what is the government doing to ensure these things come into being?
Now, for this government, I've seen three things. I've seen them send police to farms. Now, I don't want to know. It's reports. I'm talking from report now. Have not factually seen that policeman in the farm. Now, when I was reading about, I was asking myself, so we'll send policemen to farm, we'll send policemen to school, we'll send military men to farm. So who are the ones who will now be guiding us in the city or in, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So, but again, these things need to be done. I think we need to send
the people in the cities.
We need to send stronger messages to all these our enemies of the states, non-state actors who are causing problems for us. Now, the state actors, the police, the army, the navy, the air force, need to send strong statements. So if the government said now, army should go and be guiding farmers, they should do it effectively, not paper. Guide the farmers and let's see results. So that by tomorrow we won't say that angle has failed. If the police are going there, let them go. Take for instance the miner, the the Minister for Solid Mineral set up some security operative to go and tackle mining, issue of illegal mining. And they've been making arrests. If we can use that to curb it, and let's employ more men, let's get more men to guide people at the farm. Also, the military should own farms in these flashpoint areas. See, take for instance, as wild as it is, what does it take us if we have a battalion that is a farming battalion? You know, they are ready farmers with guns. It's the military. They are farmers and they are with guns ready to fight any bandit. And they have acres of mechanized farming, not subsistence farming that we practice. Now, maybe it will work. Now, I have one problem, which is, or I always say this, which is that, look, the numbers of Nigerians farming can't feed Nigeria. If our farming will not move from subsistence farming to mechanized farming,
highly mechanized farming.
The population is growing at a very fast rate, but the feeding style is growing at a very limping rate, and it's not working, it's not matching. We should be producing high, we should have enough, we should dominate West Africa, we should dominate Africa in terms of food, we should export virtually everything from Nigeria, have enough, and export to other parts of Africa. But we're not doing that. So if we can exploit that, if we can explore that, and make more of it, maybe we'll have areas, the army, the police, the navy, they should go to farm.
How sure are we that this is just not another off-the-script policy? You know, like a lot of policies that we've seen so far. Like I've always said, the CNG buses are coming policy that the president repeats every time. Personally, I think I've only seen one CNG bus. You know, these are things that.
Do you notice if you're going down towards Ibafo, there's a CNG filling station along the road there? Do you notice the number of trucks you see line up on the road waiting to refill their
the CNG buses I have seen? I've seen just one
bus.
Yes.
And you've seen just one bus. There are CNG trucks. There is a lot of CNG things coming up. But this is my problem. How will they be able to buy those CNG products at ease? We want it to come up. Yes, well, if you do conversion of maybe 20% of all the vehicles on Nigeria road, 20% today are run by CNG. Where are the CNG filling stations or the CNG stations where these guys will fill it, go in and buy quickly?
The government said they will provide buses that are CNG kind of buses.
Yes.
They said they distributed these buses. I have seen just one in Lagos and Ogun. And everywhere work takes us to. Because, I mean, I'm always on the road virtually. So anywhere in the southwest here, in the middle belt, north central, Kwara, Oshun, Ekiti, Kogi.
So
no, we don't do Kogi. Just one. Just one. I have seen just one.
I've seen several. I've seen several.
So
when I mean by
and the one I've seen here is the one, this one along this Ogun State. Yes.
That's Ogun.
There's this one. Yes. There's this one.
I think Ogun State on this route they have like 5. I do. Yeah, I think I've seen like 5. Now, but having said that, I've seen some industries, some like flour mills, Dangote, their trucks, big trucks run on CNG. You see them. If you see a truck,
that's a possibility. But the ones that we are affect the lives of the people immediately.
Yesterday, while going home yesterday, I saw like 50 trucks queuing on the way to go into the station to buy their gases.
There's a CNG gas on the road.
Yeah. So to buy 50 trucks on the way on the expressway. So imagine if we have 20% of all our cars run on CNG. Would it be easy to buy those CNG gases?
The vehicles that ferry the president on his daily route and the governors, are they CNG vehicles?
I don't know.
These are the issues. These are the things that we are speaking about.
But again, if the president's vehicle is run on CNG,
yes,
that's what provides that.
I think they will also
provide him the availability to run it easily because it's the president. No,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
We don't play with it.
If our leaders are leading by example,
okay,
these are the things.
The
president is also trying to bring back doctors. Nigerian doctors, they say 65% of doctors in the United Kingdom are Nigerians. They are Nigerian doctors, and they have about 20-something% of them also in the NHIS. And then they're trying to bring them in. You know, it's funny because I can't remember the last time the Nigerian president or any governor used any of the facilities within.
No, they do use the facilities.
We don't see them. There's no evidence.
For headache and for malaria.
We don't even see.
Aside that, they do travel for other things.
We know most times these people leave the shores of this country for medical reasons.
This is it for me.
The government is urging everybody to go CNG.
Yeah.
We don't even see. You know, we see the convoy of our governors moving on the roads.
Yeah.
If you see the convoy of a governor in any CNG station like this, I'm so sure many persons will know. Oh, wow. Even if it's not the governor, one commissioner, one SA
should be riding on CNG.
Let's see.
I agree with you.
We shouldn't be mounting.
I agree with you, but you see, they are not saying let's turn the whole economy or the whole transport system to CNG. They are saying let's do it pari passu. Let's have alternative. If you prefer CNG, we want to make CNG popular now. So if you want CNG, get CNG. If you don't want CNG, stick to the high cost.
And it will be best for us to start with the leadership.
If you want a cheap one, come to CNG. I don't know if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, that's what they are telling us. And look, CNG is cheap. It moves.
So this one is not just an off-the-script policy. The military are to take over, help the farmers secure the farms. This is not an off-the-script policy.
That is what we expect, but again,
when we come in December, we will have seen maize on. You know, we'll have seen these are 3 months.
The season for maize is getting over.
No, it's in the year. 3 times in a year. I used to farm.
3 times in a year?
Yes, maize is 3 times in a year. And
like
it's 3 months. 3 months. Just 90 days. Yes. So let's even have corn by December.
I know it's possible if you have some. There's a loamy soil they use in farming corn for period.
All right, thank you very much for being a part of this package, Mr. Adekunle Aliu, my singular guest this beautiful Thursday afternoon. My producer is saying it's time for us to wrap up. We've had fun on the program. I do hope you have had fun on that end as well. Like I always say, we are only here because you are the member of the entire production team. My name is Shegun Odwan. I was saying, have yourselves a fantastic weekend that begins tomorrow. Don't be weekend by the weekend. Stay out of trouble. God bless you.